Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great week and you're getting your preps done for full moon tomorrow. So I just wanted to stop by as promised and just do a quick chat about Reiki. I've had a lot of queries about what the distance Reiki is all about, how it works, what we do. So I thought I would just quickly stop by and chat to you a little bit about that. Okay, so for those, I'm just going to start very quickly at a very basic level. For those of you who don't know what Reiki is a form of energy healing. You are, in essence, receiving universal energy or chi when your practitioner works on you, and it assists in a different variety of ailments or conditions. Okay, so basically what happens is you book your appointment, whether it be distance or whether you be in person, and your Reiki practitioner sets about assessing your energy levels, assessing what's going on in your energetic system. We work very closely with your auric field and your chakra system. Okay. And we then start assisting if there are any aches, pains, etc., like that, that we can maybe pick up in the energy field as well. And we set about either clearing energy from your space, and then also obviously giving your body energy. Okay. Now, what I do need people to understand here is that energy is very much based on, not sorry, energy. Reiki is very much based on the principle that the body is a self-healing machine. And that is an absolute fact. We are designed to self-heal. So what we do by giving your body Reiki is by enabling it to actually do that. Okay. So your Reiki practitioner is not a healer per se. They are a healing facilitator. At the end of the day, we facilitate all of our own healings. All right. So, for example, when my clients come to me for a Reiki session, the first thing we do is we set intention. Okay. I like to be clear on that. What is your intention for the session? Now, the really beautiful thing about Reiki is that it's a gentle way of healing. So, if you are feeling overwhelmed, for example, a lot of people have been feeling overwhelmed with with the COVID thing at the moment. Like they're completely stressed out about it, feeling claustrophobic. They just want to release that energy of feeling stuck and not in the space anymore. So then we set the intention that we're releasing those feelings of being stuck, that stuck energy in their system. Okay. And what we do is if people come to me with big traumas, for example, sexual abuse, mental abuse, where they've gone through narcissistic partnerships and things like that, we set a plan, all right, and we work according to that plan. Right. So every session we set an intention. It can be the same intention throughout, but depending on how you feel your coping skills are at that point in time, we'll then adjust the intention to be, to be a reasonable amount of healing, to be with what you can cope with at this given point. So you have to understand that the Reiki process is very much within in your hands in terms of your healing. Okay. Um, it doesn't, if you are still going to hold on to certain things, it's not going to force you to release those things. It'll remove energy layers for sure. But this is something I've experienced within my own healing, because when I went through my divorce and I went through all of that whole shift of having to readjust to a new life, I was doing massive self healing every single day. And I used my Reiki, and it really did save my life. It really got me through some of the worst times of my life because it enabled me to clear out that which was stuck. And yes, of course, when you remove one layer of something, there's always another layer that comes up. But that's where we make those things manageable for you. Okay, so what we do so what I do, all right. So I'm a Usui Reiki master. I prefer to say teacher, but it is technically master level. And what the sessions consist of, so you know what goes down is that if you are doing a distance session, it's no difference to like when I'm doing a distance reading. It's reading energy. Okay, so it's not like you're not going to have the effects of the Reiki because you're at a distance. In fact, Usui Reiki gives us tools to actually access your energy, okay, in different ways. And so we will call your energy in. We clear space. Well, this I'm speaking for how I work. I clear space in the room. I call in my team. I call in your team, and we start the session, having set the intention beforehand. Okay, so once I start the session, I reiterate the intention for the session. So what happens is we do an energy assessment, just generally of your whole auric field. Then we start running over the body to see what's going on. We do like what we call a scan, and then we start assessing your chakra system. Okay. Now, here's the thing with this. You have to understand that every physical ailment stems from some kind of emotional issue. Okay, I don't really like the word issue. There's an emotional challenge somewhere in your system. And within your auric field, you have 7 layers. Each layer is connected to a chakra. So what happens is if you're sitting with an emotional issue, all right, it's going to be sitting in the emotional field, all right, of your chakra system. And what happens is if it's left unresolved, it starts working its way through to the mental and then into the physical. And when it hits the physical realm of your aura, that's when you start having physical manifestations of that emotion. All right, that's when you start feeling a pain somewhere here, there, and everywhere. So, if you are feeling unsupported by family or friends, or you may experience lower back pain, for example, if you are having issues moving forward in your life, you may experience knee pain or ankle pain, or where you're fearing to move forward in your life, to take steps that need to be taken. Okay, so what I'm saying is when we start working with the energy system, in order to clear those things out of your auric field, we start working with your chakra system, because that processes your entire auric field. Okay, it brings the energy in, it processes it, assimilates it, and then it transmutes it, sends it out again. Okay, once it's transmuted the energy. However, if you are stuck in energy, if you're stuck in negative energy, you're going to go nowhere slowly. It's I always tell my clients and my students that you have those people that come along and go, my God, such good people, but such bad things are happening to them. Look at what they're telling themselves. Look at their stories. They're keeping themselves stuck in that energy of victimhood, like nothing is going right. So what happens is they keep that in their auric field. And then, as all of their chakras are assimilating that information, it's pulling it in 7 times all the time, constantly. All right. What's happening is they're rehashing that same story. It's just coming out again in the energy constantly, which is why it's so vitally important to keep your energy clear, and to clear out the energy spaces in your chakras, because you are just going to, if you're stuck in a negative space, if you're stuck in a heavy space, that stuff is just going to keep on coming back at you. Okay. So what happens is with the Reiki is that over a period of time, if you are oh, sorry, I was telling you about the system. Sorry, I got carried away there. Hold on, I got all excited for a second. I need to have a sip of tea. Mm. So what happens is once we've assessed the chakra system, we clear the chakras out for you, and then we systematically give you entire body energy. Okay. Um, if at any point we find that there's an area that may seem painful or feel painful, we might remove the energy from that space, refilling it with fresh energy to clear it out. And then we have little tips and tricks that we go through without the session that will assist in the session going forward. Okay. Now, once we've done the healing, and I say the healing, once we've given the energy, what we then do is we make sure that your chakras are all aligned and balanced. Okay. And then we seal you off and we ground you. Very, very important that you're grounded. Okay. Now, I do feel it's imperative to say this, and please do not misunderstand me. If you have been to a practitioner who does this, I am in no way judging them or slighting their work. This is a personal choice, and it's something that I teach my students, okay, because I've seen firsthand what it can do. But what I'm very clear on with my students and with my clients, I will not work on your back. Okay, so we do have hand positions and energy clearing for your back area as well. I will not work on on that area until I've done 3 full sessions on you. Okay, my students are trained in exactly the same way, simply because when we deal with the front of you, when we're working on your front, we're dealing with your current state. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's be logical. If you're having overwhelm in your current life, you're feeling overwhelmed by a million different things, some of it's from past stuff, some of it's from now, some of it's from marriage and finances, whatever it is. Okay, you're having overwhelm in this present moment. If I turn you over and work on your back, I'm now going to be clearing energy that's just sitting for the moment, all right, and rehashing up new stuff that needs to be dealt with. And in my experience, this creates more of a problem than anything else because you have serious overwhelm then. Okay, because then you're now having to bring up the past stuff that's coming up as well. All right. So if your practitioner chooses to do that, that's absolutely fine. But please understand that you have a right, knowing this now, you have a right to say, listen, please, I don't feel comfortable today working on my back. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed in the present. Please empower yourselves with that. Okay, this is your healing and you're in control of it. Make sure that you're fully aware of that. Okay, so please don't feel that you are able, whoever you work with, whoever you're comfortable with working with, please make sure that you are very clear on that. If you are feeling like you're not ready to deal with your past stuff, so I'll find that a lot of my PTSD clients are not confident to go onto their back after the third session, and that's okay. That is okay. I have to monitor that and say to them at some point, okay, are we sure that we're not in overwhelm, or are we sure we're in a case of avoidance? And that's where you need to be comfortable with your practitioner in order for them to be able to say, okay, listen, maybe we need to review this now. You've done so many sessions. Maybe it's time we need to just look at it and try it. But again, that falls into your court at the end of the day. It's your healing, and how steadily you heal is entirely up to you. Okay. So, what you need to understand with Reiki is it's a beautiful, gentle way of getting yourself to where you want to be. I often tell my clients who come in and they've got this like, absolute like, I want to just, I need to just change my life. And I've had clients say this to me, I need to just change my life. I'm over this. I want a radical change. And I'm like, okay, but you must be prepared that if that's your intention, that's what you're going to get. And inevitably it does happen. And some of them don't really believe it's going to happen. And then they come back to me, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, I warned you. I told you, it's your own fault. But at the end of the day, once they've gone through the transitions, they've gotten to where they've wanted to be and in better spaces than they were before. Okay. So please, I understand that distance is not a factor in this at all. It's energy. Energy is read anywhere at any time. Okay. Um, if you are feeling like you're overwhelmed and you want to maybe try it and you haven't tried it before, please feel free to message me. I'm going to, in the little boxy below, I'm going to drop a link to my website that talks about my different services with Reiki. And I'm going to also put my email address in there. So if there's anything that you're not sure of and you'd like to just find out about, please feel free to message me. And yeah, I hope that you have a bit of a better idea with what it is. I mean, it's vitally important to keep your chakra system healthy, because that is in essence funneling all of the energy. Oh, please excuse my children. I've taught them very well to clear their throat chakras. Um, it's really important because that is what assesses, and that's what is going to be processing the energy that you're dealing with every day. So if your outside and exterior environment is not great and you keep on bringing in the same stories and the same self-pity, etc., then that's what you're going to be dealing with all the time. And that's why it's important to start clearing that stuff out of your system, just to give you a bit of fresh air. And then the other benefits, it's a stress reducer. Very often when people are not sleeping well, it helps them sleep well. And just a little heads up, just in case you're not told at any session, just make sure that you're drinking a lot of water afterwards, before and after, because at the end of the day, your water aligns your body and it carries energy around your body. So it's a nice way just to keep yourself nice and balanced and stable. Okay, so I really hope that this helps if you weren't sure about what it was all about. Any questions, I've got my email at the bottom. Just drop me an email, and as soon as I can, I'll reply to you. And I'm wishing you a beautiful day. Fat Girls Guide will go out on Saturday for those that follow the Fat Girls Guide too. We're looking at responsibility this week. And then, of course, we've got the goddess energy coming up on Monday morning for you. So I'll see you back then. So wanted to just touch base. Have a beautiful day. Goddess blessings on you all. And I will hopefully connect with you all very soon. Sending lots of love and light always. Mwah.